Hi, this is Attorney Mike Revlin coming to you from Chicago as usual, and I've got two clips that just show some bad decisions. Let's do it.
Good morning.
What's your name?
Anna Walker.
Mr. Walker, you're here on a probable cause affidavit. It looks like, and then I'm going to set your bond today. Looks like possible charges are criminal threat, aggravated battery, and then interference with a law enforcement officer. What's the county attorney's position on bond for Mr. Walker?
Your Honor, I would notify the court that I would have a conflict as to any cases moving forward filed against this suspect or defendant. With that being said, I certainly could handle a portion of this hearing without notifying the court of any confidential information I may have or may not have. It appears from the 48-hour affidavit that the possible charge could be a level 4 aggravated battery. That'd be the top count. The state is also aware from our internal record system that he's currently on probation with CSO. Given those two pieces of information, the state believes that it is appropriate for the court to put in place a $50,000 cash or commercial surety bond. I think Ms. Greenwood could speak to whether or not court services intends on putting a hold on him for his current probation case.
All right, we already have indicators that he's not the brightest bulb.
Ms. Greenwood?
We will do a hold.
Okay.
Is there any way to do a corrections bond? Because I've got 2 cats and 2 dogs at home that
There actually isn't.
Since Friday.
There actually isn't any way to do a corrections bond as of right now. I'm going to set your bond. There's a hold already, or there's going to be. I'm going to set your bond at $50,000 cash or commercial surety. If you happen to bond out, make sure you follow the bond conditions, that you make all your court dates, stay in contact with your attorney. If you have an attorney, or if you get an attorney for this case, stay in contact with them. You can't possess or consume the illicit drugs. You're going to be, hang on a second, you're going to be tested randomly. If those random tests come up positive for illicit drugs or alcohol in your system, you're going to be arrested because you'd be violating your bond conditions. There actually will be a hold. So even if the bond were an OR bond, you wouldn't be able to get out because there may be some violations on some probation.
I don't know who it is, but top right is very expressive. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, of course. And I'm going to caution you as to what you say, because you're not represented by an attorney, and sitting, the county attorney's office is sitting here. It's being recorded, so you don't want to implicate or talk about the case in any way. Go ahead, though.
But how is there going to be a hold, Teresa, just out of curiosity? Because I really actually didn't do this. I want to be able to...
She's not going to be able to talk about that. It's not going to be litigated today. You'll be seeing about that here in a next day or two to talk about what the next steps are, okay? That's all I have for you today.
Well, then, since this is the case, then I'm going to catch more charges because I'm going to fuck up your guards in here at the same time. Because I didn't do a fucking thing.
You'll probably get another charge on that statement. Thank you.
Well, it sounded an awful lot like a criminal threat.
Trying to repeat this one moment for the last one.
Well, that's absolutely a criminal threat and an incredibly dumb thing to do. Even worse, he says it as he's doing. He said, I'm going to pick up another charge. So the defendant's aware of it and just decides, yeah, I'm going to go ahead with that. I want to thank Meg for sending that to me. Her channel is called Meg's Crime Watch, and I'll put a link to that in the description below.
All right, Ms. Suero, you are charged with a Class A misdemeanor assault causing bodily injury to a family or household member.
Mm-hmm.
Are you working right now?
Yeah,
Where do you work?
I work at 4 different places.
How much do you make a month?
Not a lot. I'm in serious steps, so most of my money goes to that. And I almost got evicted last month, so I can't really pay for bills.
Or were you living with your boyfriend or?
Yeah, I was living with him.
Okay, so he's not evicted.
He supposedly is the victim.
No. You said you were evicted last month.
Oh, I was almost evicted. I apologize.
Is that so? What I'm saying, was he evicted as well, or is?
Yeah, he was almost evicted with me.
Okay, that was kind of funny, and it wasn't particularly stupid. He said, "Was the judge asked, was he evicted?" And she said, "He allegedly is the victim." Well, he is the victim in the charge that she's facing, apparently. But I can actually see where that's a rational mistake on everybody's part.
Got it. Okay, and all right. And does he have money to help bond you out?
No, not at all.
Do you have friends or family that can help bond you out?
No. Question. I can't apply for a personal loan.
You can, but they tried to talk to you twice and you allegedly refused to talk to them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, they said they tried to talk to you twice and you didn't want to talk to them.
Oh,
The
sorry.
people downstairs at the end of the counter.
Really?
Yes, that's pre-trial services.
I had no idea.
All right, well, for future reference, when jail personnel or the employees there ask you to come up and talk to them about things, it is not to your advantage to not cooperate because they were actually to interview you for a personal bond.
No, I was talking to them. He never asked that. I was talking to him.
According to the pretrial officer, you refused to talk to them twice.
It was a female. It wasn't a guy.
Okay, but let me tell you this though. I can tell you that since you just got bonded out on an assault case just last month against the same alleged victim, I would not be inclined to do the personal bond anyway. So I don't want you to feel as though, boy, you would have gotten out of jail if you'd interviewed. That stated, for future reference, you need to cooperate with personnel when they're trying to get your attention to sign documents and things of that nature. All right.
Well, there you have it. There's the problem. 2 assaults in a month. And I don't know, because she actually seems pretty well behaved during this hearing. I will say that. But my guess is she went full Karen prior to this. And now she's trying to act like she didn't. I wasn't there, but that's my guess.
That stated,
I remember someone asking me a question early this morning, and I believe that was it. I was sleeping, and someone, 2 ladies were asking me a question. I thought it was about food, and I just said no. So that could have been it.
all right, well, nevertheless, you're not going to get a personal bond because you just got arrested for the same thing last month. And I don't think it's appropriate under the circumstances based on what I'm looking at. Based upon the limited amount of money you guys have, and you don't have other friends or family that can help bond you out?
No.
Your bond amount on this is set at $1,500. That is actually originally set at $4,000. I reduced it down to $1,500, so it wouldn't be as expensive to bond out. Bail bond company often charge around 10%, which in this case would be around $150. You'll have an opportunity to use the phone a little bit to try to make that happen. Do you have another place to live, Miss Swerow?
I'm trying to get out of that situation. That's why I'm here.
Okay. Well, I'm going to make it a little bit more certain that you get out of the situation because I'm going to put a condition on your bond that requires you to stay 200 yards away from him, which means you're going to have to find another place to live.
That's fine. I'm totally fine.
So you can't go now. I'm not prohibiting you from talking to him over the phone or texting him or email. I'm not trying to destroy y'all's relationship or anything, but under the circumstances with these 2 instances happening 2 months apart, right now, there's a condition that you cannot go within 200 yards of him under any circumstances. If at some later date, y'all want to try to see each other, your attorney can come talk to me or the judge of the court where the case gets assigned about trying to remove that condition. But for now, you need to go stay somewhere else. Do we understand each other?
I understand.
Do you want a court-appointed attorney or do you want to hire your own lawyer?
Court attorney. I have a question.
Go ahead.
The only way to get out of here, I need someone to come and pay. Okay.
Well, if someone comes down to the jail with $1,500, then you'll be released and you'll get your money back at the end of the case. If they come down with a full $1,500, if someone doesn't have $1,500, then you can go through a bail bond company, and it's between you and. Yeah, it's up to you to find the cheapest bondsman you can find. They often charge around 10%, which would be about $150. You could also go through an attorney, and a lawyer can come down here and try to convince me or one of the other judges to do a personal bond in your case.
Just a question. I apologize. I will be stuck here until I find all that.
Until you postpone and get out of jail. Now, your court-appointed attorney will reach out to you in the next couple of days. And when they do, if you haven't bonded out before then, you could talk to your court-appointed attorney about what they could do to help bond you out. And again, a lawyer can try to bond you out through a personal bond. They can come talk to me and I'll listen, or one of the other judges. Okay. So, but in the meantime, until your court-appointed attorney reaches out to you, you can try to bond out by either hiring a lawyer or going through a bail bond company or having someone come down to the jail with $1,500. Okay. Do you understand you can't go within 200 yards of him?
I don't mind. I don't mind at all. I'm trying to get out of this situation.
Do you have any firearms?
No.
Any questions?
No.
All right. Good luck.
I actually have one question. I'm sorry. The thing is the last, I have court on March 9th for the other case.
And I'll take you here. I'll take you.
It'll basically show up for your court dates on both cases, and at some point they'll be combined into one date.
I understand.
What was your question?
Like the bond, the money, I'm not able to pay for the other one either.
When you say the other one, you don't have to post bond on the other one because you were released on a personal bond on the other one. So as long as you show up for your court dates, you won't have to pay that bond. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, as long as you show up for if your bond amount's $10,000, as long as you show up for your court dates, you will never have to pay that $10,000 if you get a personal bond. The point of a personal bond is to enable you to get out of jail without having to come up with any money. Under these circumstances, you got one on the first assault, and you're not going to get one on this second one. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right, and there are various reasons why. I've reviewed the police report and some other information in the case.
I was never talked to, so.
What's that?
I was never talked to on,
Understood, but what I'm telling you is even if you had interviewed, based upon the information that I'm looking at, I would not be comfortable doing a personal bond. Yeah. And your attorney can come talk to me about it, and when they see the information I'm looking at, they'll understand the questions I'd be asking them.
Yeah, I understand.
So just have your attorney come talk to me.
I don't have anybody. I don't have money to hire an attorney.
Fair enough. And that's why your court-appointed attorney will come visit me and can come visit me. And I'll talk to your court-appointed attorney about that if you don't bond out before then. Okay?
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep.
Well, there you have it. The first one was incredibly stupid. The second one was just garden variety stupid. She was actually pretty well behaved in court today, and she was asking some questions which are understandable. But committing a second assault when you're on bond for a first assault, and then having attitude when you're in the court, not cooperating with court personnel. I don't buy her story that she thought it was food. Not for 1 second. And that's what you get. Hopefully she learned some lessons and turns it around. The other one, I'm not so hopeful for. Here at Law Talk, we like to have fun with silly stuff that happens in court, and every once in a while, and completely by accident, I assure you, you might learn something. Thanks for watching.